Okay, now that we know the importance of really building your capital for your retirement, okay, the property that you choose right now will be very important because it will really make a difference on how much time you make certain profits or whether you even make any profits or not. So we have to really see what is the property that you choose and whether you have control over the factors, okay, that will affect whether the property price will increase or decrease. Okay, so I've come up to with three factors. Okay, so first we talk about this elements part. Okay, this elements part, okay, is like government and banks. If they increase the interest rate, stress test, or they come up with cooling measures, supply. This is something that we cannot control because we don't have direct we don't have direct information from the government like overnight. Okay, they will only come out with midnight. They release the information, then we can't control anything at all. Okay, so this one we cannot control. Okay, for price, whether it will increase, stagnate, or decrease, it really all depends on all the owners in the market. Okay, and this is really something we can't control as well. We can only see from history or even the past quarter what is the change like quarter on quarter. Okay, and the lasting behaviors of owners. Okay, this is also something that we cannot control, but this is something that we can actually observe and it's more clear to us and whether we can really choose something with a good uh, potential that the owners will behave in a certain way so that we can predict how our property will perform in the future. So let me explain to you, okay, what this means. Okay, so in 2024, if let's say today you are buying a property, okay, let's say dairy farm area or what, okay, so let's say a three bedder, for example, if we talk about 2 million. Okay, right now the property is worth 2 million. Okay, okay, a resale property 2 million So can we say in let's say last time 2010 then year 2000, okay, was the property prices cheaper then? Okay, 2010 if let's say it was 1.5 million and then year 2000 it was 1 million property. Okay, okay, can you see just by this simple illustration okay, in a 24 years time. Okay, if let's say this property appreciated by 2 million and you enter at 2 million right now. Okay, so by the time you want to let go of this unit, okay, to make a profit, let's say 2034, another 10 years. Okay, how much will you want to sell at? Okay, so minimally to break even, I would say you have to put in at least a 30% in to really break even for that amount of time. So if let's say the minimum you have to sell is about 2.6 million, okay, okay, you really want to make a decent profit, then we talk about 3 million. Okay. So in 2034, you have to really sell at 3 million to really make a decent profit. Okay. So of course, these owners who enter in year 2000, 2010, okay, if the market is good, of course, they will also want to sell at 3 million. Okay. And how much will they be making? For the owners who bought in 2010, okay, they are making a 1.5 million. Okay. For owners who enter in year 2000, okay, they are making a very good profit of 2 million. Okay, so this is a good market. Okay, everybody want to sell as high as possible. If the market can absorb, they will definitely want to try. Okay, let's say that in 2034, when you have to sell the property, the market turns back. Okay, it's a downturn now. Okay, like I said, the amount to break even for you will be 2.6 million. Okay, how about the people in 2010? Okay, what will be their break even? If adding in a 30%, okay, that will be about 2 million. Okay, and people who bought in at 1 million, let's say 50% break even, okay, that will be 1.5 million. Okay, so of course they are not going to sell maybe at 1.5, 2 million because you already transacted before at 2.6 million. Okay, in a bad market, if let's say they choose to sell at 2.6 million or even 2.5 million to really let go of the property fast, okay, can they do that? Will the market feel, wow, this property is worth it because it's cheaper than what was being transacted? Okay, okay, or even if let's say you bought in at 2 million, okay, in 2024, In 2026, if the market turns back, okay, they sell at 2 million, they still make a 500K. This person still make a 1 million. Okay. So you can see, if let's say you are buying a property that is so appreciated so much, this is the risk that we're talking about. This 2 million to 1 million. Okay, people bought in first day on at 1 million, and you bought in at 2 million. Then the risk in between is 1 million. You have this 1 million risk. Okay, so just now, as we said, we want to make sure our property goes up like that. Okay, instead of we buy in, okay, then it goes down. Then we waste some time to wait for the market to turn good again to go up like that. Okay, so let's say uh, this is point A, and this is point B, 2024. Okay, given a price like that, which one will you choose? Okay, you will definitely want to choose to start at point A. Okay, so we want to spot all these properties in the market that is point A on. Okay, let me show you a real example. Okay, this is in Chestnut Avenue, which is in the Senja, not Senja, Dairy Farm area, close to Dairy Farm area. Okay, so this is tree house. Okay, you can see back in 2010, okay, for a 4 bedroom over there. Okay, the property price that they bought, okay, this new sale, this first hand from developer. Okay, they bought in at 1.15. Okay, let's say 1.2 million. Okay, they bought in 1.2 million. 8 years later, okay, you see this unit 0713, okay, so at 1.46. Okay, in average, we are talking about 1.5 million. Okay, so you can see it appreciated about 300,000. Okay, 300,000. Okay, in 8 years' time. Okay, recent transactions 2023. Okay, same 4 bedroom. So 2.2. 2 million, 2.2. Let's say it's 2.1 million. Okay, average. Okay, property appreciated in 5 years. How much? 600,000. Okay, so this was like what I was saying just now. Today, if you want to enter at tree house, a 4 bedroom at tree house, you have to pay about 2.1 million. Okay, if the property turns back in 2026, okay, or 3 years later, 2027, okay, when you can sell already, okay, SSD over, you can sell, market turns back in 2027. How much do you need to break even? You need to break even about 2.5 million. Okay, but then these people in 2018, can they sell 2.1? Can they sell 2.2 to make a profit? Can they? They make 600, 700K if they sell 2.2 million. If they sell 2.2 million, you are stuck. You have to wait. Okay. Worst off, these people who bought in at 1.2 million. Okay. Can they sell 1.5? They can. Can they sell 2.1? They can. Okay. If they really sell 2.1, they still make a 900,000 profit. Easy for them to exit. Okay. But to you, you are stuck already. You have to sell 2.5 million minimum. Okay. So, of course, what we want to do, again, this is point A. Okay. This is point B. Okay. For you, which one do you want to, which kind of property do you want to start at? Definitely point A, where you have more control. And why we say that the behavior of owners will be a risk to you. Okay, how we can spot that? Okay, at point A, when you enter, everybody enters around the same pricing. Okay, so the behavior of the owners will be they hope they buy this property. The only way they want to sell is only when the property makes money. Okay, it's like let's say there are 300 units. Okay, 300 units. If let's say only one is desperate for money, they sell lower. Okay, people bought in 1.2, they also sell 1.2. Okay, but the other 299 units, their mindset will be, I want to make at least 300,000, then I will sell. Okay, that's why a lot of people end up selling at 1.5 million at the 2018 mark. Okay, so you have to spot this kind of property where the behaviors of the owners are all performing at the same way. They really want to make the profit before they sell. Okay, you don't want to go into a property like property B where uh you have a wide range of owners. Some started at the start, some in the middle, some at the end, and then all of them have different expectation of what is their break even like. Okay, so it will be much riskier if you go into property B. Okay, okay. So property A wise, okay, let me show you in a downturn. Okay, if the market is bad, okay, how will it be protected? Okay, so the blue line, okay, blue line is A, and then the red line is B. Okay, so you can see how A perform. This is Eco Sanctuary, okay, in the same area of Treehouse. Okay, you can see over here in 2013, okay, 2013. Now, what happens was 2013, we all know it was the peak of the market. Okay, the cooling measures came out, and government is trying to put down the prices to make it very sustainable. Okay, so a lot of cooling measures came out, but you see, Eco Sanctuary actually went up in the same period where Treehouse went down. Okay, even though in the same area. Okay, why this can happen is because B, which is Treehouse, there are a lot of owners who started lower. Okay, so they can sell here, they can sell here, they can sell here, they can even sell here, and they still make profit already. Okay, but for people in Eco, okay, they started around here. Okay, so they have to minimally sell here, okay, this here, okay, to break even. Okay, to or even to really to sell back at the same amount. You won't go down too drastically. Okay, that is why when it comes to this point, they still appreciated. Okay, and Treehouse took 8 years to break even. Okay, why break even? Over here, this point. Okay, change to red. Is this point to this point, which I draw the line over here already. You can see over here. This Treehouse. Okay, it takes 8 years. Okay, if let's say you are the owner at 2013 over here at Treehouse, okay, you feel that okay, you bought in here and then you want to wait for the price to appreciate before you sell, right? You have to wait for the downturn to be over, all these downturns, okay, to be over, then you appreciate it, then you decide to sell. So we don't know when the market will actually rebound back for you to actually make back the money or even to break even. Okay, so this project wait for 8 years. And you want to be trapped for 8 years or not? I don't think so. Okay, let's see another example. Now we are comparing between Kingsford, okay, Hillview Peak, which is near Helium Mall. Okay, and we compare another one, May Springs, which is close to Helium. Okay, in location wise, everybody will say Helium is the better one, because you have downtown line, you have everything there, you have a whole mall there. Well, Helium Mall is not really a full-fledged mall. Okay, so, but we see the performance. Okay, a lot of people might want to go to May Springs, want to buy May Springs because of the convenience. Okay, so if let's say they started over here at a peak 978, okay, in the same period, okay, 2013, okay, same thing. What happened to May Spring was it went down. Okay, it went down till here. Okay, but you can see for Hillview, even though it's in a lousier location, okay, how much it did went down. Okay, but then you see the amount that it went down. This is Hillview Peak, 1.13% over the span of 3 years. Okay, but in the same 3 years, what happened was May Springs went down 15%. Okay, so we want to really spot something like Kingsford and just now Eco, which was the A, okay, compared to buying something like B, where a lot of owners bought in so cheap and they want to sell, right? They can really sell cheaper than you. Okay, so let me share with you how we can really spot all these properties.